I done been around the way, BK to California, Southside Chicago, Southfield, Walama, H-Town, A-Town, DC, and Florida. Seen the hardcore for sure in Tijuana. Touchdown in VA, scoped the Carolinas. Moved overseas, we hopped a couple islands.
Of course, I have the wonderful, talented Chen. He's in the hot seat. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent, beautiful.
Good.
Phenomenal. Glad to be here. People on Mixtape, you can go to lmgtv.com, lmgtv.com, or chenlomusic.com. Download it for free. 23 joints on there, plus music video that we did.
You actually made a song entitled Brooklyn, right?
Yep, for sure.
And it was for the BET movie called Blackout,
it was.
Right? Now, how did that opportunity come about? Because most MCs who aren't mainstream per se, like, how do you get a situation like that? Because that's pretty dope. I mean, the fact that you were able to make that happen. Did you do the whole soundtrack or just that particular song?
I just did that song. It was the lead single for the Blackout movie soundtrack.
Okay.
Dope opportunity. It's all about being in the right place at the right time.
True.
As my pop says, success is where, you know what I'm saying, preparation meets opportunity. And I had a song called Brooklyn that I had done for a while. And basically got it mixed, got it mastered. My man, one of my music industry mentors, Sean Peters, my man, Shout for Real. He had a situation he was dealing with and working on. And he hollered at me, was like, listen, man, there's an opportunity here, submit this song. You know, I don't know what can come of it, but give it to me. I did it, it was ready. And at the same time, I had initially, they didn't take the song. They liked it, but there was another mainstream song they were trying to go for. So like, I like this, but nah, it's not gonna work. And then I did the video. And once the video was done, I submitted the song in the video again, and it was Curtains. I mean, I think it was in the cards. I've been doing a lot of classes actually out with Family Dynamics out in East New York, a school called IS311. You know, it's out there. Dope kids, you know what I mean? Very young kids, but I've had a lot of classes out there. This is like my fourth class, and I think I got a group of students that were focused, very creative, had the potential to be disciplined, even though they're not always disciplined. And we had a long time to get them through this process, and so we developed them. For some of them, it was the first rhyme they'd ever written. But being an MC, you know, having performed for several years and knowing how to create, I started kind of devising systems, you know, putting systems in place to really teach them about performance, about writing, about the things they needed to do. So,
what do you mean by systems? Is like a law type of system, or
like models? You know what I'm saying? Like I have bullet points about performance. You know, whenever you perform, you know, and KRS-One has similar systems. You know, whenever you perform, there's certain things that you need to know, understand, and do whenever you're on stage. Keeping your audience in mind.
You gave them a lot of structure then.
Definitely.
Okay.
Lots of structure, and that structure definitely paid off. And so, program coordinator out there entered us into a teen idol, pretty much like a talent search.
Okay.
It was Brooklyn-wide. There were a number of different student groups that entered. We entered and chose the path of having the opportunity to perform at Radio City Music Hall. When the finals came, they called our name based on you know, the performance that we gave. And the whole premise of the performance the kids gave is a letter to the president. So, you know, Barack Obama, you know, new president, first black president, etc. The kids were all happy and ecstatic about that happening, but I wanted to get them to think about the fact that, wow, you know, this is a historic moment. You need to make sure you're also holding, you know, this political leader accountable for the things he says he wants to do. So write him a letter about the things that you see in your community, things that you think need to be done, need to be changed, you know, and make it really sincere. And so they did that. And the fact that they did it, performed it, executed the performance to a T, hey, we won. Radio City Music Hall. You know what I'm saying?
Now explain to me why in the world you would decide A, that Barak wasn't going to be able to handle the job, and B, why did you vote or did you not vote? Okay. What was the outcome of that?
The outcome, I'll go to B first. I didn't vote. I think that's a very important question. I didn't vote, and I didn't vote for a very, very important reason. My father and my mother tried to guilt trip me in saying that people, you know, blood, sweat, and die for your ability to vote. Now, my question to people is always, what does that vote necessarily get you? Especially if you've been living in a society and in a country that never really served your needs specifically. I mean, you've gotten certain improvements, certain progress, but on a mass scale. When you look at other communities that haven't even been here as long, you look at certain communities, maybe even immigrant communities that come, they don't necessarily have to vote because, and they do, but they don't necessarily have to vote because they have power in so many other ways. I think that, especially for people of African descent, black people, we have no real economic or political power. And so we feel like voting is somehow going to change our reality and change the things that we deal with in our community, when really we're not in the driver's seat to do that. And my fear was that because Barak was a black man, black people gonna vote for him and fall asleep at the wheel thinking he was gonna deal with all the problems they had. Now, the last thing I'll say is this. People feel like in this system specifically that once they vote, their responsibility is gone. And for me, I understand that the only way things are going to change for us is not going to happen because Barack Obama is the president, but it's going to happen because there are local community leaders, there are people in communities that care and are concerned about what's happening, and they're really working to change it. And
Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton?
I had to throw, they could throw anybody else in there, you know what I'm saying? Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton.
Okay, Preston Curl or no, I'm joking.
That's hard. That we have to have a whole nother conversation about that.
All right. What really just frustrates you about the way hip hop, I guess, the industry of it is? I mean, is there anything in particular that you still like say? I just don't understand why this can't be changed.
Yeah, for sure. That I mean, I understand we live in a capitalist society and so much is driven by money, and you know that's kind of what the foundation is. But at the same time, what I don't understand is that we really lost quality in the music. You know what I mean? A lot of very quality artists that have their stuff together get passed over because major labels, whomever, booking agents, everyone, you know, is looking for who's going to make me the quickest buck now. Like, if this dude just puts out one song and I can make a meal off of it right now, ringtones, downloads, let's do it. Instead of not even developing an artist. There are artists that are developed that have quality music. Like, let's take them to another place. You know what I mean? Really get their music exposed. That's what irks me more, you know? And, you know what I'm saying, the music industry brush off. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you're dope. I feel you. You know what I mean? I like your music. You know what I mean? Good. Give you a pound. I'll holler at you. You know, knowing that this person may have some resources that could at least maybe help you get to another place.
I'm going to give you 3 words to incorporate.
All right.
And because it's not anything that I have scripted, I'm going to give them off the top of my head. Hence the word freestyle off the top of your head. So 3 words I'm going to give you. Well, the first word I'm going to give you is going to be dynamic.
Okay.
You seem very dynamic.
All right.
All right. The second word that I'm going to give you is because you are, what is it called? A creative liberator. I'll give you liberator.
Okay.
And then the third word would be something that's very puzzling. So conundrum.
Okay.
Conundrum. Okay. So what was it? What was that first word? Dynamic, liberation, and conundrum. You ready?
I can see. I can hold the words and see them myself.
I kind of scribbled them down. Do we throw them at you?
Could you do it?
I can do that. Well, the beat, because I'm sure you work with so many producers, you don't even need a beat. This is all acapella.
Word.
I
need to be inspired by a little something.
All right.
Get it popping.
You're inspired by the life that you live and you offer each and every day to these kids.
No doubt. Can I get can I get a table beat or something? You know what I'm saying? A lunch table beat. For real, get myself popping. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, all right. You ready?
It's music. Yeah, Chen in the building, drama queen.
All right. Dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic. Chen Lo is dynamic. The music is never plastic. I'm trying to rid the world of situations that are tragic. You better understand that you shouldn't really panic. You just gotta get a little knowledge.
Liberation.
Liberation, the crew I represent, and I'm down for the nation, the generation. We trying to liberate them, and all the people hating could just take a seat, cause I'm appreciating.
Conundrum.
I got the people wondering, they don't understand me. I'm kinda so puzzling. I keep it moving, liberation moving. You see me on the dance floor, sun is grooving. The music soothing, I'm with the drama queen, Damage a D. In the studio, he on my team. We keeping it moving, you gonna see us on top. We gonna transform it international hip hop.
Okay. How do you feel about those on the cover of XXL, the Freshman?
I mess with Wale.
Okay.
I mess with Blue.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Really, of all those cats, that's who I deal with. But the rest of them are okay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't disrespect anybody's grind, anybody's hustle, but like you said, I've been doing this for a while. My ear, I would say, is pretty strong. You know, I'm concerned with artistry and across the board. I mean, there's some gimmicks in there for sure.
Who's a gimmick? As far as coming from your viewpoint and also looking at the other viewpoints as well, is that everybody needs to play their part, whether it's trying to be active, you know, and conscious, educated. So, I mean, at least we can agree upon that.
Say it's his own planet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brooklyn. Word, best style, Brooklyn, New York. I take the A train home to BK. I'm a Brooklyn transplant by way of PA. Born in LA where they say it's fantasy living, superficial and surface. New York City urban transit is under the surface where rats lurk. Crooked ass cops could random searches. This 9/11 shit got authorities claiming nervous. The style's no different as pigs on all